Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Fluento, Everyday English for Real Life. I'm Anna.
And I'm David. Hey, Anna.
Hey, David. How are you feeling today?
Honestly, a little tired, but happy. I was up late last night because I couldn't find my keys.
Oh, no, your keys? Where were they?
They were under the sofa in the living room. I spent 20 minutes looking everywhere.
That is so relatable. I always lose things at home. Okay, everyone listening, have you ever lost something at home? Maybe your keys, your phone, or your glasses? That feeling is very universal.
It really is. And you know what's funny? The moment I stopped looking, I just sat down on the sofa and felt something hard under the cushion. The keys were right there the whole time.
Ha! That happens all the time. Your home plays tricks on you. Well, today we are going to talk all about our homes. Rooms, furniture, neighborhoods, all in natural, everyday English.
And this is perfect for A2 and B1 learners. We'll go slowly, explain things clearly, and give you lots of examples.
So let's start with the most important question. David, do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in an apartment. It's on the third floor of a building in the city.
Third floor. Do you have a good view?
Actually, yes. I can see a small park from my bedroom window. I love it in the morning.
That sounds lovely. Now, listeners, let's think about the words David just used. He said, I live in an apartment. That is a very useful sentence. You can also say, I live in a house, or I live in a studio. A studio is a very small apartment, usually just one room with a small kitchen and bathroom.
Good point, Anna. I actually lived in a studio when I was a student. Very small, but very cozy.
Cozy. That's a beautiful word. It means small, but warm and comfortable. You can say, my studio was small, but it was cozy. Try to remember that word, cozy.
Now, Anna, what about you? Do you live in an apartment too?
No, I live in a house. It's a two-story house, so there are 2 floors.
2 floors. That's a lot of space. How many rooms do you have?
Let me count. Downstairs, there's a living room, a kitchen, and a small bathroom. Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms and a bigger bathroom. Oh, and there's a small hallway when you first come in the front door.
A hallway. I love that word. In my apartment, I also have a hallway. It's the first space you walk into.
Exactly. The hallway is like the welcome area of your home. Now, pause for a second. Can you count the rooms in your home? Think about it. How many do you have?
Okay, let's go room by room. Anna, tell me about your living room first. I think that's where most people spend the most time.
Yes, my living room is my favorite place. It has a large sofa near the window. I have a wooden coffee table in the middle of the room, and there are 2 lamps, one on each side of the sofa.
2 lamps. I only have one in my living room. What color are your walls?
They're light gray, very calm, and I have a big bookshelf on one wall, full of books, plants, and a few photo frames.
Photo frames. That's a great detail. Your home sounds very personal and warm. Listeners, notice what Anna did there. She described the furniture and the decorations. That's how you make a description feel real.
That's a great observation, David. You don't just say, I have a sofa. You say, I have a sofa near the window. The extra detail makes it interesting.
Let's try an example together. I'll say a simple sentence and then we'll make it better. Ready? I have a bed in my bedroom.
Okay, you can also say, I have a big bed next to the window with 2 white pillows. See? Much more descriptive.
Perfect. Now let's talk about the kitchen. Anna, do you love cooking?
I enjoy cooking, yes. My kitchen is medium-sized. It has a stove, a fridge, a microwave, and a small counter where I prepare food. There's also a round table with 4 chairs where we eat most meals.
A round table. I like that. Round tables feel very friendly. Everyone can see each other.
Exactly. Oh, and I had a funny moment in the kitchen last week. Do you want to hear it?
Of course. You know I love your stories.
Okay, so last Sunday, I invited my friend Sarah for dinner. I was making pasta, which sounds simple, right?
Very simple. Pasta is easy.
Or so I thought. I put the pasta in the pot, added water, turned on the stove, and then I got a phone call, a long phone call.
Oh no, I can already imagine what happened.
I came back to the kitchen 20 minutes later. The water had completely boiled away. There was no water left at all. The pasta was just sitting there, stuck to the bottom of the pot.
Stuck pasta. That's a disaster. What did you do?
I added more water, a lot more water, and tried to save it. The pasta was a little soft, maybe too soft, but I put a nice sauce on top, and Sarah didn't say anything.
She was being polite.
Very polite, but the kitchen smelled strange for the rest of the evening. Listeners, the lesson here, never leave the stove while you're cooking. Stay in the kitchen.
Great lesson. And here's another tip. We have a saying, a watched pot never boils. It means when you watch and wait, things feel slow. But in Anna's case, the unwatched pot boiled too fast.
Exactly. Okay, now let's move on. David, what about your bedroom? Tell us about it.
My bedroom is simple and tidy. Well, most of the time. I have a double bed, a small wardrobe for my clothes, and a mirror on the wall near the door.
A mirror near the door. That's practical. You can check how you look before you leave.
Exactly. But honestly, the day before I had guests visiting, my bedroom was a total mess. Clothes on the floor, books on the bed, shoes everywhere.
Ha, we've all been there. The panic clean.
Yes, I spent 1 hour cleaning and reorganizing. I put everything away, made the bed, opened the window to let fresh air in, and when my guests arrived, it looked perfect.
And no one ever knows. Okay, listeners, do you ever do a panic clean before guests arrive? Tell us in the comments.
Anna, let's take a moment to review some key vocabulary. Listeners, let's go over some important words.
Great idea. Let's start with rooms. Say these with us. Living room, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, hallway, balcony.
And now furniture. Say these: sofa, table, chair, bed, wardrobe, shelf, lamp, mirror.
Beautiful. Now let's practice describing location. We say, the lamp is next to the sofa, or the mirror is across from the window. Next to means beside something. Across from means on the other side.
Here's another one: near and far from. For example, my bedroom is near the bathroom, or the kitchen is far from the front door.
These little words make a big difference. They help you paint a picture with words. Don't worry if you mix them up at first. This is very common for learners.
Exactly. And remember, in English, we don't say, I have a sofa comfortable. We say, I have a comfortable sofa. The adjective, the describing word, comes before the noun.
That is such an important rule. Let's practice. A cozy bedroom, a quiet neighborhood, a small kitchen, a beautiful lamp. See? The adjective always comes first.
Let's try it together. I'll say a phrase, and listeners, you try to add an adjective. Ready? I have a blank sofa. What color or style is it? Say it out loud.
Now, let's talk about neighborhoods. Where we live is about more than just our home. It's also about what's around us. David, what is your neighborhood like?
My neighborhood is quite busy. I live near the city center, so there are lots of people, cars, and noise. There's a supermarket 2 minutes away, a gym, a pharmacy, and about 5 or 6 cafes on my street.
That sounds very convenient. Everything is close.
It is. I never need to drive. I can walk to almost everything. But the downside, the bad part, is the noise. Late at night, especially on weekends, I can hear music from the cafe below my building.
Noisy neighbors at night. That is a very real problem. How do you manage?
Earplugs, and I keep my windows closed after 10 o'clock. But honestly, I love the energy of a busy neighborhood. There's always something happening.
I understand that. My neighborhood is very different. It's quiet and residential, meaning mostly houses, not shops or offices. It feels peaceful.
That sounds relaxing. What is there near your house?
There's a small park just down the road. I can walk there in 5 minutes. There's also a local bakery, a small supermarket, and a library. Oh, and there's a primary school near me, so in the morning it gets a little noisy with children.
That's a nice kind of noise, though. Children laughing is much better than loud music at midnight.
Very true. Now, listeners, think about your neighborhood. Is it quiet or busy? What's near your home? A park, a cafe, a supermarket? Let's think about that vocabulary. Quiet, busy, safe, noisy, convenient, peaceful.
And for location, remember, there is a cafe next to my building. The park is across from my house. The supermarket is near the train station.
Great phrases. One more useful expression. It's only 5 minutes away. Or, it's just around the corner. That means it's very close.
Okay, everyone, we have some questions for you. These are for you to think about, and we would love for you to answer in the comments.
First question, do you live in a house or an apartment? How many rooms does it have?
Second question, what is your favorite room at home and why? My favorite is my living room because of the view. What about yours?
Third question, what is one thing you love about your neighborhood and one thing you don't love?
These questions help you practice speaking about real life. There are no wrong answers, and even writing your answer in the comments is great English practice.
Now, let's try a little speaking exercise together. I'll say a sentence and you complete it. Say your answer out loud, even if you are alone. Say it. Speaking practice is important.
Ready? Here we go. My home has blank rooms. Say the number.
Now, my favorite room is the blank because blank. Try to give a reason.
And my neighborhood is blank because there is a blank near my home.
Excellent. Every time you make a sentence like this, your English gets stronger. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn.
Let's share some practical tips now. These are simple things you can do every day to practice this topic.
Tip number 1, walk around your home and describe it out loud. Point to things and say their names. This is the sofa. It is big and gray. It is next to the window. Say it like you are explaining your home to a friend.
That is a wonderful tip. Tip number 2, when you watch a TV show or a film in English, pay attention to how characters describe their homes. You'll hear natural phrases you can copy.
Tip number 3, write 3 sentences about your home in English. Just 3. Something like, I live in a small apartment. It has 1 bedroom and a balcony. My favorite thing is my balcony because I can drink coffee there in the morning.
Short and simple. Perfect. Tip number 4, use new vocabulary in context. Don't just memorize bookshelf. Instead, say to yourself, I have a wooden bookshelf in my living room. Put the word in a real sentence.
And tip number 5, this one is my personal favorite. Take a photo of a room in your home and try to describe everything in the photo in English. Furniture, colors, location. It's like a mini speaking challenge.
Oh, I love that idea. You could even share your description in the comments with the photo. Community learning is the best.
Okay, let's look back at what we covered today, but in a very natural way, not like a boring list.
We started with our own homes. I told you about my apartment on the 3rd floor, the one with the beautiful park view. And Anna told me about her 2-story house with the cozy living room and the round kitchen table.
And I told you about my pasta disaster, which was not my finest cooking moment.
And I told you about my panic clean before guests arrived, which I'm sure many of you have experienced.
We also talked about rooms: the living room, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, hallway, and balcony, and furniture: sofas, lamps, mirrors, shelves, tables, chairs, beds.
We compared our neighborhoods, my busy, noisy, convenient city neighborhood, and Anna's quiet, peaceful neighborhood with the park and the bakery.
And we gave you grammar tips. Remember, adjectives come before nouns in English. A comfortable sofa, not a sofa comfortable.
And location words, next to, across from, near, far from. These small words are very powerful.
If you can describe your home, your rooms, your furniture, your neighborhood in simple, clear English sentences, you are already doing so well. Seriously, be proud of yourself for learning.
Thank you so much for being with us today. It really means a lot that you spend time learning with Fluento.
And remember, learning English is not about being perfect. It is about getting better, little by little, every single day. You are doing great.
Before you go, we have 3 things to ask you. Number 1, if you found this episode helpful, please give it a like. It helps more people find Fluento.
Number 2, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We make new episodes every day, just for learners like you.
And number 3, our favorite. Leave a comment. Tell us, do you live in a house or an apartment? Describe your favorite room. We read every single comment.
We would especially love to hear about your neighborhood. Is it quiet? Busy? Is there a nice cafe nearby? Tell us everything.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, every English sentence you make is one step closer to fluency.
Bye for now, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.